What's up? It's Alpha Wolf with Wolfpack Gaming, and today I've got an incredibly powerful Hulk Valor build to show you. As always, I'll start the video off with a quick overview of the build to show how it plays. Then we'll move into stat priority, gear and perks, skills, and then finally gameplay of the build itself. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel for more Avengers content. With this build, your primary focus is going to be on your heroics. The build is designed to keep your heroics consistently charged, allowing you to use them rapidly and continuously. As long as you make sure to activate them in the correct order and at the proper time, you should nearly always have your heroics available to use. The main factors which make this build function efficiently are many of Hulk's skills in his skill tree, which cause enemies to drop heroic orbs rapidly when defeated, as well as the major artifact, the Ring of Nebulong, which causes orbs to restore a higher amount. It should go without saying that your primary stat to focus on is going to be Valor to increase the output damage of your heroics. Your secondary stat will be Resolve to gain survivability by increasing your maximum health. I personally dumped everything into Valor, but I wouldn't recommend this, at least until you've become more familiar with the build and the way it should be played to prevent from easily being downed. While my Hulk definitely has a very low defense rating, with the way I play him, generally the entire room is dead before they even have a chance to damage me all that much. On top of that, I typically make sure to save at least one charge of Stranglehold, the Assault Heroic, for emergencies if I need a heal, since you regain health when using it. The gear that I've decided to pair with this build creates a very good synergy with the way I play it. So beginning with your melee gear, I have the Lightweight Pulse Nanites. All three perks on this gear serve a purpose. Lightweight Pulse has a chance to cause a stun damage explosion after a light combo finisher, which in turn will fill stun bars faster while fighting and give us access to more orbs for our heroics. Plasma Ignition applies the plasma status effect to heavy power attacks, which will be your primary melee damage dealer. You can perform heavy power attacks by holding down the heavy attack button and then pushing it multiple times after. This is Hulk's ground pound attack that most people call it. Rage Reserve will increase our rage energy by 10%, allowing us to use it more. You'll be using Rage a lot as well. Whenever you do the ground pound attack, you'll also want to have Rage activated. Not only will it heal you based on the damage you deal, but when Rage is activated, it actually causes Hulk's attacks to deal the gamut status effect. This means that since we have Plasma Ignition on our melee gear, and also have Rage activated at the same time while performing our heavy power attacks, the ground pound move will actually apply both plasma and gamma status effects, which one is positive, one is negative, to the enemies we damage, causing the battery effect and significantly increasing our damage. We have our ranged gear, the Hive Mind Enhancer, which has the perk Plasma Potentiator that increases all plasma damage dealt by 20%, which means our ground pound will deal 20% more damage. Our defense gear is the Reactive Jarvis Barrier component. First, and most importantly, it has the Reactive Jarvis Barrier perk, which is by far the best Jarvis Barrier perk for Hulk, especially with this build. The reactive aspect of it means that anytime we take any kind of damage, we'll have a chance to proc the Jarvis Barrier, and since Hulk is always right in the middle of everything, that makes this perfect for him. It also has Courageous Invulnerability, which has a chance to grant us brief invulnerability when critically injured. This is useful due to our low survivability and means that when we're about to die, it gives us a brief amount of time to activate our Assault Heroic, Stranglehold, in order to heal back up. Finally, for the heroic gear, we have the Planet Cracker Dendrites, which significantly augments the entire build. This is the most important piece of gear. Aggressive Might gives us a 20% damage increase to taunted enemies, and Aggressive Buff has a chance to give us an additional damage buff whenever we defeat an enemy that's taunted. Our third perk, Heroic Assistance, increases the charge rate of our support heroic by 18%. All three of these are very important. Not only do the aggressive perks increase our damage output immensely on taunted enemies, and if you're playing the build correctly, you should nearly always have the enemies taunted, but we have increased charge rate for our support heroic, which is our heroic that actually taunts. I also just realized that I forgot to mention where you can farm for all these gear pieces. So the melee gear piece, Lightweight Pulse Nanites, they are a random drop. You can pretty much get them anywhere. Just keep an eye out for them or something like it. The ranged gear, Hive Mind Enhancer, you get that from the Mega Hive. The Jarvis Barrier component, the defense gear, you can get that from the 14 floor hive, Last Avenger Standing. And then the heroic gear, Planet Cracker Dendrites, you get that from the Mega Hive as well. As I said before, your major artifact is Ring of the Nibelung, so that every heroic orb you pick up will restore a greater amount of your heroics. You'll want double or triple Valor ISOs for your minor artifacts. If you can find them, you also want the second perk on them to give bonuses to your power attacks to buff your ground pound move. Beginning with the specialty tree, the first skill for your support heroic, Bone Shaker, will be Rampaging Bone Shaker, which causes the duration of it to extend by 5 seconds when you defeat 5 enemies while it's active. The second skill will be Savage Heroism. It causes any enemies that are defeated while taunted to drop heroic orbs, which this is huge for us. Assault Heroic, Stranglehold. Irradiated Destruction will be the first skill, which causes a cloud of gamma to spawn wherever the skill ends. This will mean that enemies within it will not only continually take gamma damage from it, but they'll also have the gamma status effect building up on them to help with even more damage output to begin your battery effect. Mine has been bugged for a while, and I have no idea how, but for the second skill you want Barbaric Charge, so that you taunt nearby enemies and your rage becomes overcharged whenever you activate Stranglehold. Finally, Thunderclap, your ultimate heroic. The first skill is Epicenter, which increases the distance of the heroic by 30%, and the second is Thunderclap Heroic Recovery, which gives a 50% chance for any enemies defeated by Thunderclap to drop a heroic orb. Now, moving on to the Mastery Tree, I've got a screenshot up on the screen of all the ones I use for this build. I'm not actually going to go into detail on each one because there aren't really any that completely stand out, but don't think that means it isn't important which ones you use, because it is. So just pause the video and make sure you copy my tree exactly. Honestly, I have to admit that my Hulk with this build is probably by far my most broken and insane hero. It's seriously unbelievable how much damage he can dish out in an instant, and then can literally do it all over again seconds later. He is an absolute room-clearing, boss-melting monster. I absolutely love playing this build with him. I mean, why wouldn't I? I can seriously just delete everything without even trying. Hopefully you end up enjoying this build as much as I do. If you do, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and comment to let me know. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for a ton more Avengers content. I still have plenty more to share with all of you. With all that out of the way, sit back, relax, and enjoy your exclusive look at my Planet Cracker Hulk build in action. Thanks for watching. Take it easy, everyone.